this is FantasyEsque and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon with the Salazar Coven. Before we begin, I want to say a very special welcome to my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it immensely. We are picking up quite early in the morning with our priestess, Lady Zelda Salazar, who is currently thinking of how she can possibly show her gratitude to our brave scholar for sneaking around against Queen Wistaria's wishes to save Zelda's life. So she has been thinking of this for a while now, and she's currently playing chess, trying to figure out how she's going to approach Oriana with this. I don't think Zelda is the type of person who shows gratitude very often, especially to someone like Oriana, who is a noble. She's not one of the royals. I mean, even within royalty itself, they don't do this kind of thing that often. They're not super emotional about gratitude and acceptance and kindness, all of those kind of things, especially with the Salazar sisters in Generation 4, because all of them were born either evil or mean. So they kind of have issues when it comes to expressing positivity and nice things. Well, Zelda has decided that she is going to gift Lady Oriana a cowplant berry as a thank you, because one, it has to do with gardening and resources, which it goes under the priestess kind of duties, and also cowplants are historically very rare, and they also kind of symbolize death. So for Zelda, it's almost as though she is kind of showing Oriana that in this cowplant berry, you know, she saved Zelda's life, and it's almost like a rebirth of sorts. So that's what she is going to do. So without further explanation, yes? Okay, we're gonna dive right in. And we're gonna get Zelda to find Oriana. I don't know where she is. Okay, she's in her own chambers. Oriana, for this to work, you need to go to Zelda. So we can say that recall mortal life, you mean the time that she almost died despite her immortality? Yes. She is going to go chat to Zelda? Oriana? Oriana? What's going on, honey? What's going on? There's no way Zelda's possibly going to you. There we go. Okay, she is going to speak to Zelda for one thing or another. And while she's there, Zelda's going to take the opportunity to gift her a cowplant berry because they are very rare. So we're going to do that. And what is Aphrodite doing? Oh my goodness, Aphrodite! If you guys remember, in the previous episode, Aphrodite was just absolutely enraged because of her high maintenance trait. And I don't know what ticked her off exactly. Something ticked her off. And she just exploded in a fit of rage, and she wanted in that rage to ask Zora for a drink because she was very thirsty, but Zora said no, she denied her, and now she has gone off on her own and attacked the butler, which Zora does not approve of at all. Well, yeah, she's drinking uncontrollably, like she can't control herself at this point. Oh my goodness, princess, what are you up to? What kind of future queen is she gonna be if she can't even control herself when it comes to drinking plasma? Like, she's just gonna be attacking people left, right, center. Honey, you need to, like, calm down. Okay, well, I'm sure Isadora highly approved of that. So now she's chatting with her aunt, which is just about fine. I guess that's fine. Okay, Isadora, can you offer her training? I don't think we can. She's also not in the, yeah, she's not in the emotional state to do any training. Okay, we're gonna leave that be. We're gonna jump back up here where Zelda is going to thank Oriana for helping her. I mean, they are really good friends, but she really appreciates what Oriana has done for her, and to show that, she wishes to gift Oriana a cowplant berry. Now, scholars typically don't mess around with these kind of things, so it's a very special gesture, and I think Oriana knows the gravity of the trust that is being placed in her with this resource, which Zelda only has one of. So let's go ahead, gift her that cow plant berry. There we go. There we go. And Oriana's going to be a busy lady right now because after receiving the gift from Zelda, she actually has to go visit Queen Wisteria, who has summoned her for some discussion. More like a private discussion, I think. So she is... Where can they go to kind of just be the two of them speaking? Why don't we... I mean, I suppose she could join the queen down here, so we might do that. She's gonna head over and enthuse about interests. So the queen has summoned her. Yep, Zelda is gonna go off and do what she will. I hope she's not going to abuse the teddy bear in the children's quarters. She's gonna hit Bluffy. Zelda, you're so mean. So mean. Okay, Oriana. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Everyone's gathered around down here. Let's chat with the queen. Come on. I mean, she's got bad form, so she could just bat herself down there, which she is probably going to do. Yes? Yes? I don't think the queen's coming up. I don't think the queen's... Yep, there we go. It takes them to move sometimes. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, she's down here. I feel like this is a dangerous conversation to be having in front of Isadora and Aphrodite, but I guess this is the way things are. The queen more or less trusts this group right here. I mean, you have her royal advisor, our scholar, you have her daughter, Aphrodite the heiress, you have Isadora, the sister, who the queen feels pretty confident is on her side because that whole shenanigans that happened with the revolt, she was working very closely with Isadora, and then Zora has always been a close connection and powerful resource for Wisteria, so I think she trusts everyone around this table. So we're going to have Oriana report to the queen and ask her why exactly she was summoned, and I think Wisteria over here is just going to more or less do what Zelda did. She doesn't have a gift because, you know, it's Wisteria, she is the queen, and I think if you help her, help is just expected because she's your monarch. I mean, you're supposed to be helping her all the time. So she doesn't have a gift or anything, but she is going to express her thanks to Oriana for being brave enough to do what, you know, wasn't really her job. She didn't have to. And being brave enough to help to help Zelda in whatever way she could, and in doing so, sparing Wisteria's twin's life, right? Sparing the priestess's life. Because Wisteria sentenced Zelda to death with a very heavy heart, and she didn't really want to see her sister go, but order is important, and she had to do what she thought was important. So she's grateful that she didn't have to compromise her kind of position and standing as queen to save Zelda's life. So she's just going to let Oriana know that her efforts are appreciated, and Isadora is listening, no doubt. I mean, Aphrodite's gone by this point, but Isadora, she's listening. So she was probably wondering, like, how the heck did Zelda slip away this time? But she didn't know the specifics. Obviously, they were told that Zelda claimed her favor, but they weren't told the specifics of it. And in this conversation, Isadora is going to learn that Oriana was the one who, you know, went behind the lines and actually arranged all of this. So she's definitely going to keep that in her head, no doubt. Hopefully doesn't come out in a sinister way with any sinister plans, but she's definitely made a note of that. And so after kind of arranging this, Oriana is going to say you're welcome, and then she's gonna take this chance where their relationship has strengthened just a little bit to advise the queen on something. She's gonna use this softness that the queen is feeling for her sister to remind the queen that they should remember, where they've come from. They should always remember their family, and these kind of relationships and connections is what is going to keep the coven and the vampires strong. So she's gonna have a deep conversation with her, and she's gonna say part of this family is also, and your power and your reign and influence is also things that have been lost to us, which must be regained. And she's going to say that along with the growth that has happened over the years, we have kind of forgotten certain parts of our heritage. And one of the things that we have left behind, in essence, is Brindleton Bay. Because remember, we lost that territory when Athena spread to Oasis Springs. So we've lost Brindleton Bay, we've lost the castle there, which was Wisteria's grandmother's castle. So that's where her mother and her aunts grew up. Queen Narcissa reigned there. And so Oriana, as a scholar, is going to encourage the queen that we should use this time to reclaim some of the beaches of Brindleton Bay and possibly that castle, so that in the future we have that piece of our history still with us. And also, this might be a good time to strengthen the ties within the coven between all of these vampires by making them do something that is of importance, historical importance. So she's encouraging the queen in that regard, and Wisteria has kind of said that she will think seriously on this matter, and she appreciates her advisor's suggestions. So that's what we have going on, and we kind of saw that Isadora was standing behind Wisteria, like listening to all of this, almost like a god, like trying to filter almost the things, the information that is getting to Wisteria, and they're spending time together again, right over there. Well, now that we have gotten those things done, we'll definitely be wanting to reclaim. I think Wisteria might look into possibly going ahead. She, I think, is going to discuss this with Sol. Sol's dead, guys. Oh my goodness, Sol is dead. I'm so used to the going to Sol and we have champion things to do. But Sol's not a champion anymore. It's Isadora. Okay, she's gonna go discuss this with Isadora. That is so weird. She's gonna discuss this with Isadora because obviously when we have things like conquest or we're spreading, anything to do with errands like outside, the champion's usually the one in charge of that, especially things to do with territory. So the queen is possibly going to discuss with Isadora soldiers that they might be able to send to reclaim the old castle at Brindleton Bay, Castle Narcissa, and soldiers that they could station there to kind of look after and maintain the place, almost like a warden. Okay, let's just do what we can. Aphrodite has not been having a good time at Academy. I don't know when this... She just is having not a fun time. Like, at all. At all. But okay, I think what I'm gonna do now that we have that sorted, it's probably gonna be another episode or two before we go ahead and actually, reclaim the beaches. I mean, she just shared the plan now, so I don't see that happening anytime soon. But that is something that's going to be in the works. And obviously things have changed a lot. Maybe the people who took over the castle have changed things and certain stuff has fallen, into disrepair. So who knows? It's probably not going to look the way we remember it. But I'm thinking I might actually do... Like, we might skip to Yuki's birthday for the second half of this episode. I think that's what we might do. So I'll probably just play through this next, 2 days. So Friday, Saturday, I'll play through and maybe work on getting Aphrodite's vampiric skills up, all those kind of things, and then we'll pick up when it is Yuki's birthday into an immortal. Yep. It's 2 p.m. on Saturday and the day before Yuki's birthday. Now, I thought that we could get our beloved alchemist, Lady Zora, to visit the Glenbrook Embassy one last time, most probably in her life, before she passes away, because we were trying for a long time to get one of the Coven Rose twins to have a girl, and they kept having boys, but we did manage finally to get a girl on the 4th pregnancy. So I think Sakura is the one who had a daughter. So hold on a second. Let's go to the family tree, and we should be able to figure things out from here. So Zora is actually cousins with them. So Dwight. Yep, so Sakura has a daughter, and I have gone ahead and named her Mirabella. So this name was suggested to me by Fallen Angel, so thank you so much for this lovely name. But Mirabella Coven Rose. She is being raised in the embassy right now. So obviously when Lady Zora dies, we'll have Sapphire. I think Sapphire is the older twin. She will actually be the new alchemist. And depending on when Sapphire dies, if Mirabella is of age, Mirabella is going to be the next alchemist. But if Mirabella isn't, like if she's a teen or younger, then we will have a new alchemist brought in from the gallery. And then when that alchemist dies, kind of how we had with Marigold and Zora, Mirabella will become the new alchemist. So sorry if that's confusing. Let me know. I will clarify in the comments below. But that's where we are at. So she is the daughter of Nox Regalia. So there we go. And I wanted to have a look at her. I went in, gave her a makeover when I realized that she was a toddler. So she has like one of the supernatural kind of skin tones. And she has white eyes that she inherited from her father. Blonde hair, and unfortunately she has round ears, so we did not get the vampiric ears, but we got the eyes. So let's take a look at this little one. Here she is. I don't know why she's making such a sad face, but this is Mirabella Coven Rose. Look at her, she's got white eyes and blonde hair, and she's got this really ashen skin that she inherited from her father. Her outfits I've done in lilac and yellow, and white, because I think that looks pretty cute. Look at her! Isn't she adorable? She's very fussy though. She's actually a very, very fussy toddler. And I imagine her being really spoiled as she's growing up because her mother and her aunt, they were trying for a girl for a long, long time. So obviously when they finally have gotten one, they would cherish her. So we'll do a friendly introduction. And this is probably the only time in her life that Mirabella will get to see Lady Zora. Because who knows how long Lady Zora is gonna last after this. I mean, she probably isn't gonna stick around too long. And Major, my beloved Major, Narcissus' son, I think I don't know, her middle son or her oldest son? I'm not entirely sure. I think Jamie's the oldest one. But still so sad about Wendell dying. We didn't even get his genes. So upset. But let's play with Mirabella. We're going to see if we can get as much interaction as possible. And then we'll hug her. So I feel like this visit is Lady Zora trying to check and see the future of the alchemists. She's making sure that these youngsters that they have, I mean, they only have one right now, that she is in good health, she has good qualities, she's being raised well, all of those kind of things. This is the only check she'll ever be able to do, I think, because she'll be busy with the coven, and then, you know, she's already pretty much lived through her entire life, so I don't imagine us having too many more visits than this one. But I think it's nice that she at least got to see. So this would kind of be her niece, I suppose. It's like a cousin's daughter. So that's nice. That's nice. Look at her. She's adorable. I mean, she could pass off as a vampire if you just had the right hairstyle and you covered up her ears. Kind of like how Morgana was raised. Morgana was raised with. Let's tell a story. Morgana was raised, I think, with her ears covered by her mother, so that the other vampires wouldn't pick on her for her having tainted blood or round ears, because that's a very non-vampiric sort of trait to have. And then I'm pretty sure everyone in the Devil's Line has inherited round ears. In fact, I think Oriana actually has the round ears. Maybe. I think one of our vampires still has the round ears. And I don't remember if Yuki inherited that or she lost that. But they do kind of wear the hairstyles that cover most of it, so you can't really tell. Okay, good. How are her needs? Her needs, not that great. Okay, let's talk about day. See if we can snuggle her, and then we probably have to get going. Okay, well, at least snuggle her. And she probably won't even remember this. Little baby Mirabella probably won't even remember Zora visiting her when she was a little baby. She probably won't even remember the snuggle here and everything. Aw, beautiful Zora. It's unfortunate she never got to have a daughter of her own, but I think she's really happy to have a niece instead. I don't think she wants, like, obviously she still cares about a niece, but at the same time, because it's not her daughter, she can have an emotional distance and she won't have to be like scared and anxious about her daughter's fate going forward after she passes on. It's her niece. She's got a bit of distance. And so I think Zora is happy that she has lived a good life and that she isn't going to be leaving anyone in terms of her family behind. So there we go. Now the baby's crying. Goodness. Now, I'm not entirely sure how long Sapphire and Sakura have, but they should be aging up into an elder pretty soon. They may even age up by the time Zora passes, so they're very close in age. So the new alchemist that we have most likely is going to be an elder, and who knows how long they're going to stay around till, so it's kind of where we're at. Now, I am going to head off, and we'll pick up when we have Yuki's birthday all arranged tomorrow. It is just past 9:45 a.m. on Sunday. We have a birthday cake ready, all of our ladies assembled outside. This time around, we figured we would have the birthday celebrations right out front in this lovely porch because I don't feel like we get to enjoy our gardens very much, but it is the daytime, so it's not exactly safe for everyone except for Zelda to be walking around in the sun. So we're definitely not going to do that. But Yuki, our precious scholar in line, Yuki, is aging up into an immortal just like Galaxia and Saphira. So I am very excited to see what her final trait is going to be. Now, look at this, guys. Look at our Salazar sisters. They've been reunited. Our Salazar sisters have been reunited and they're sitting here looking so flippin' cool. Now, I remember a bunch of us, even though Isadora is evil, right? And we don't like our evil Sims. Well, we usually there's like half the audience that hates an evil Sim and then the other half just loves them. Has been the track record so far. But I remember when Isadora kind of had her immortal birthday and makeover and everything, just before we were ready to move on to Generation 4, I said that she was going to become the new castle keeper, and a bunch of you guys were upset that she wouldn't be part of the coven. But guys, she's back! They're reunited! So this does make me kind of happy, even though it took soul dying to get here. But we're gonna waste no time and get this underway. I had something else like on the forefront of my mind, and it's just left me, unfortunately. But oh yeah, I don't think we'll throw a party or anything just because we have had deaths happen recently. Souls died, Rowan's died, so I don't think everyone would be in a festive mood per se. This is just a time for them to come together for Yuki and give us some encouragement, give us some love, and even in the face of death, appreciate the fact, my voice, appreciate the fact that life goes on. So let's go ahead, waste no time, and get Yuki to blow out the candles. And also, I honestly don't know when Zora is going to croak on us, but this could be the last birthday she has. I mean, we have Royal Studies on Monday, and then we have back-to-back birthdays. Ceres aging up into a teen on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, we have Princess Aphrodite aging up into an immortal, and we have the Blood Bowl. So this is just completely packed, like this, the next couple of episodes. And then we have training day, so there's a bunch of things happening. Now, for our princess, I have been training her in the background. She now has all of the... Okay, wrong sim. Wrong sim. She has all of the strength powers, and then she has one of this moon power. She needs 2 more, so that's like 8 points in total we need. Vampiric points, power points. And then she can start doing the sparring with our champion, Lady Isadora. So let's go ahead and get Yuki to blow out the candles. Her mother is here, of course, and then we have her aunt Isadora as well. So here we go, Yuki. Let's blow out the candles. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Our precious Yuki is aging up. Okay, Yuki, here you go. What trait is she gonna have, I wonder? Okay. And Yuki has aged up. Obviously, when they transition from teen to young adult, the appearance doesn't really change. More or less, we know what she's gonna look like. But when I give her the makeover, obviously, then we'll see like her new kind of appearance, like we did with the Dragon Twins. But let's chat a little bit about Yuki's personality. Now, she is squeamish and a music lover. So I imagine her being more of the academic, artsy sort of scholar who doesn't like sweating, she doesn't like getting dirty, she doesn't like any sort of physical labor really. She's been more or less a hands-off type of person because they've grown up in such abundance, and she has like a creative musical spirit that she applies to a lot of the scholarly studies that she does. So I see her as a vampire that's kind of going back to the time of Lady Ambrosia, our very first scholar, who used to paint, and she used to play a whole bunch of instruments, and then she used to do her scholarly stuff. So Yuki, after a long, long time, we're having scholars kind of go back. We haven't had musically inclined scholars for a long time, so it's kind of nice that Yuki is kind of moving in that direction. But how has her teen years influenced Yuki going forward as an immortal? This is a big question for us because we have had potential revolt, we have had the deaths of 2 important coven members, we have had her mother, Oriana, who I think more or less has kept Yuki in the dark, but at the same time, Oriana has been, you know, doing things, running around, trying to save Zelda's life, and it's been pretty chaotic. It's been pretty chaotic. So we all gonna randomize, and if I feel like it fits, we'll keep it. If it doesn't, if it's something like dog lover, cat lover, animal lover, I'll most likely roll again, or child of the ocean, like child of the island, stuff like that I don't feel like really fits. Then I will roll again. But let's see. Active. Okay. I did say that I don't feel like she likes. Yeah, I don't feel like she's into physical labor and sweating either. I don't see her as someone who likes sweating, but maybe that's how she was as a teen. But then this whole experience with the deaths that have happened, kind of similar to what happened with Saphira, she all of a sudden, when she aged up into an immortal, had to grow up her mentality and had to grow up her personality, because it was almost as though, the world is becoming just too grim and I have to keep up because I'm not a kid anymore. I have all these responsibilities. So maybe the deaths that have happened is kind of moved Yuki to take things that she didn't appreciate before more seriously. So making sure to keep fit, making sure to train and be able to defend herself. And be skilled like Oriana in terms of vampiric abilities so that she can help maintain her life and save the lives of those around her when situation calls for it. So I think I'll allow this. I will allow her to be an active sim. So this is kind of how like Saphira started hating children when she grew up into an immortal. I think Yuki's turnabout from squeamish is like becoming more aware of her own strength and fitness for the purpose of like self-preservation and defense. So, okay, I like it. I like it. A lot of the kids I feel are quite well-rounded in the next generation. And they don't really have a lot of traits specific to their particular role. Okay, there we go, Yuki. There we go. So I think that's how I'm going to interpret it. So this whole situation, maybe her mother has impressed upon her the importance of self-preservation, and so she started taking her active life a lot more seriously. Okay, well, nobody can really eat the cake, but we will let Zora eat the cake because she's hungry. I think the other vampires more or less will puke if we force them to eat. So there we go, Zora, you deserve this cake. She did make the cake for our lovely Yuki. Now, what is Yuki's birthday wish? Go for a flippin' jog. Well, I would allow that, but it is sunny out, so that would be dangerous. Give me another whim that I can actually help you out with. Okay, rhapsodize about piano sonatas. So we are gonna get her to do that with her mother, I think. We'll do that with her mother. Let's see. There we go. There we go. I suppose she wants to talk to her mother about her kind of musical direction as a scholar and how she's planning on taking a bunch of things seriously now. So that's nice. Okay, well, we've had her birthday kind of done. More or less a quiet affair. Definitely not something that is going to be like big or anything because I'm sure the queendom is also in mourning. But okay, guys, I want you lovelies to keep an eye peeled for tonight because I will be releasing Yuki's makeover video tonight. So definitely check that out. And then when we come back next time, I think what we'll do is we'll probably have the royal studies and maybe I'll try and like do the royal studies and then fit Ciri's birthday into one episode because I think it's going to be too chaotic for us to have Ciri's birthday, Aphrodite's birthday, and the Blood Bowl together. So I think next time we come back, we'll do the royal studies and Ciri's birthday into a teen. So, okay, guys. With that said and done, I am going to leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy. Let me know what you thought about Mirabella as well, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.